Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to my haircut studio. So today I will be cutting this gentleman. What's your name, bro?
My name is Pusiso.
And where you from?
I come from South Africa in Mpumalanga.
All right. I noticed that a lot of people that actually view my videos, some of them are coming outside South Africa, like Canada, United States, and UK. For people coming from outside the country, which place you'd say or you'd recommend they visit when they are in Mpumalanga? Even South Africans that have never been in Mpumalanga.
This one nice place, it's Kruger National Park. That's where I'd recommend most people who would come to Mpumalanga to go and see.
Okay, what's happening there?
There's a beautiful wildlife. If you want to go camp in the bushes, see animals, all types of animals, you can go there. It's a great place to be.
Alright, okay, let's start with the haircut.
So with today's haircut, there's nothing much to do, so we will be just refreshing this cut. I'm not the one who gave him this cut first, just want to make that clear, but we just renewing this haircut together. And of course we're gonna do a flat fade. So we're gonna use cut number 1 on top, closed lever. So it's gonna be very flat. We're gonna be taking down this hair, and yeah, let's see how it goes. And in case you are wondering why I'm brushing this hair so hard, it's because I want it to have same direction. At least when we do our fade, we know that we're dealing with the hair that have same direction. That way it's easy to even have a clear fade. And if you're a beginner, maybe a barber that is starting or wanting to be a barber, and you maybe you want to learn how to cut hair, and you're wondering like which part of haircut I'm starting with now or what I'm doing. So I call this line a guideline. So it's a line that will guide where my fade starts. So on the previous haircut session, I did mention in detail about it. So I try not to do much of a tutorial, but to just indulge on the process itself. So I create this line so that I can have a very clear guide of where my fade is gonna start. So yeah, I want to clean all the part below this line that I'm cutting, or I'm formulating now. So yeah, to do it this way, it helps the fade to be equal on both sides, because if it's not equal, you can always adjust the line before you adjust the fade. You can also adjust the fade, but it takes time if you adjust this fade. But if you adjust the guideline, it's more simpler and it saves you time. And look at my clipper, it's facing down, right? I'm actually cleaning this skin because we're gonna make a skin fade. So I want to make sure that it's clean. So I wanted to say it's facing down, and every time when you do this, I would suggest, especially if you're based in South Africa, I would suggest that you ask your client to tell you if this process is painful or it's irritating on the skin, because I know sometimes this process that I'm doing, like making the clipper to face down, can actually hurt someone's skin. So excuse me. So you want to make sure that you ask them, are they comfortable? is it not painful, so that you know that you don't lose them over this, because you can lose a person by just creating that irritation on their skin. Alright, now I'm taking the size of the hair down using guide number 1. I'm just gonna show you in a minute. You see, yeah, so using this guide, this is the length of the haircut I'm doing here. It's a short fade, brush cut, sometimes they call it that. So yeah, and the reason I'm cutting like from front to the back of the hair, I'm going like the opposite direction of the hair. It's because when I do this, I get to reach the hair effectively, because if you do like where the hair is going, you're gonna cut not the minimal size of the hair. I don't know how I can explain it. You're gonna cut, but you're not gonna take most of the hair down for that particular size that you're using. So when I take it opposite to the hair direction, I get the minimum size that one can get using guide 1. So here I'm making a second guideline for the fade. So what I've discovered about cutting hair, what I've discovered about this process is that the process look the same, like the laws of fade are the same actually. Whether you're doing a high fade or a lower fade, you're still gonna apply the same the same strategy that I'm using now, creating first guideline, second guideline. It's just that you're gonna deal with them differently, of course. For instance, I want to get rid of this line, you see, the first guideline. So now I'm gonna have a closed lever on my clipper. As you can see, I do set it. So now I'm fading out this line. I want to start a fade. So I was saying, like, lots of the fade are the same. You will use the same process even if you do a mid fade or low fade or high fade, you know. So yeah, if you're a new barber, or if you're aspiring to cut hair, or if you just want to know out of interest, this is how we do it. We always have first guideline, and then second one, and then we fade up. And I remember when I was a barber, I'm still a barber. I remember when I was starting to cut hair in 2012, 2011, between those years. I don't remember. I used to struggle a lot when it comes to fade, because I didn't like the idea of going against the hair direction. Just a minute, I want to show you this. So now I'm closing the lever of the clipper. I'm opening up actually, so that I cut the new line. It's a thin line that you won't recognize it, but you just have to open the lever at least a half or maybe semi-quarter after you just opened. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I was saying I used to be against the idea of going against hair direction to make fade, because I was like, I'm just gonna make a lot of mistakes and stuff like that. And it feels like when you start this process, it doesn't look like you are fading at all. It looks like you're just cutting hair. But as time goes on. By the way, it took me 7 years to know how to cut. So I know it's a long process for some people, but for me, it's just that I take time to learn things. So I'm just patient with myself when it comes to a lot of things. It took me about 7 years to know how to cut and charge people money to cut hair. Okay, now I'm dealing with the second get line. I'm gonna use 0.5 to get rid of this line. Yeah, in the interest of this video, surely you can see at the back that the haircut only covers like half of the head. So it's in the interest of this video. I only have one angle, which is the one that you see right now, to cut. So yeah, I would say like it took me about 7 years, and in that process I've been cutting, but I didn't charge the money that I thought maybe a barber can charge. I was really underpaying, and I was underpaid as a barber, and I didn't have a problem with that because I felt like I didn't deserve to be paid with my experience and skill within that 7 years. Okay, so I wanna say, like, as a barber, how did I grow? I grew like by cutting a lot of times. Do you know like the 10,000 rule, that if you do it 10,000 hours, then you will achieve mastery on it? So it's the same thing that I applied. I cut a lot of people. I've cut a lot of people. I've made a lot of relationships, like I said on my previous video, through cutting hair. I used to watch videos of people that are cutting hair like you are watching right now. I remember one of the brothers that really inspired me is Jeezy 360. I used to watch his videos so that I learned how to cut hair, but I didn't learn only by watching videos. I went and cut people, and sometimes people were not happy, bro. Sometimes people were not happy. I had some people that were very angry at me. Some some threatened me. It was crazy. Some wanted to beat me up, but it's a story for another day. One of the things that helped me as a barber, or improved my barbering skills, or help my barber shop, was to invest in very good clippers. And by good clippers, I mean high budget clippers. Like the clipper I'm using, I wouldn't buy it if I was still starting as a barber. This is the latest clipper, cordless clipper in wall, on the wall brand here in South Africa. It's a new clipper, cordless clipper. I think they introduced it last year, which was 2023. Towards the end of the year, that's when I saw it on shelves. So the thing about investing in good clippers, it helps a lot. It helps. Good clippers are very fast, and they are friendly on the skin. You should by all means prioritize the skin of your client. So they are very friendly on your skin. They won't cut you or maybe irritate your skin. So if you are able, try by all means to invest in very high quality equipment as a barber. It's gonna help you. So it also increases the time you spend on a haircut. Like you cut very fast because you don't have to go in one place to remove hair over and over. Yeah, it's one of the greatest things that I've come to appreciate. Okay, now I'm dealing with the hairline. I'm done with the fade. So for me to be able to use this blade smoothly, I put oil, vitamin E. I wish I can show you, but if you watched the previous video, I think I showed you there. This oil is just to make this blade or razor to move smoothly on the skin. So I bought this clipper 1,100. That's how much it cost in South Africa. So I think that's like $50 US. Yeah, depending on the current rate of ZAR, which is a South African currency. So I bought this clipper at about 50 something dollars. Yeah, we're done. And the nice thing I was saying, like the juice of investing in high quality clipper is that you can use one clipper for the entire haircut. I remember when I was a beginner, I had to change clippers. There was a one for hairline and stuff, but now I use one clipper throughout. I can just put it in my bag and go wherever, and I can still cut a full cut.
And that's the cut for today. I hope you enjoyed.
Hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next cut. Thanks for joining me on the haircut studio. I hope you have a great time.